So a little bit of background behind this video. Driving this car on this day was completely unexpected for me. It was my birthday surprise, in fact. My siblings decided to drive me all the way out to King of Prussia and take me to the Tesla store and have me drive my dream car. Well, technically my dream car is the Model S, but the Model S was unavailable at the time that we came in. Besides, I'm more than happy to drive a dual motor Model 3.
And regenerative braking, did you feel comfortable already starting on standard for regenerative braking?
Yeah, I want to get to full.
Okay, no problem, we can do that. Just be mindful, it will be very noticeable. It's going to slow you down pretty quickly, so just ease off of your accelerator as opposed to letting go and coasting.
Gotcha.
Okay? If you want to do autopilot, if you do, just have a quick waiver. Say that you're going to pay attention at all times. You know it's only for the highway, and you want to keep at least one hand on the wheel at all times.
Of course.
All right, so just want to hit yes over here. To engage autopilot, I'm sure you know, double tap down. The biggest thing about autopilot is just to relax. You know, it's all right, cool. The last step is you gotta take this key card, tap it right here. There's a sensor there that lets the car know that the key is inside. When you have your phone though, you don't need to do this step. You just hop in, the car's gonna know. All right.
So the card's more like if you want like a guest or someone else to drive the car.
Like keep it in your wallet just in case your phone dies. Backup key.
Gotcha.
Yep. All right. So one tap there, we're good to go. Pull on the brake. Yeah, perfect. And on.
Oh my god, feel how it glides. It's like you're hovering.
It's almost like you don't even have to touch the brake unless you come to a complete stop.
Exactly that. That's exactly what I always say. You know, 90% of your control is going to be done on your accelerator, using your brake just to get to a complete stop. So let's stay in this lane, this left lane right here.
Feels like it's really solidly built too.
Yeah. You know, it probably feels a little bit heavier than the cars that you've driven.
Oh yeah.
Because all the weight is on the floor of the car.
Yeah, I can definitely feel it.
And let's.
Yeah, it's heavier than I expected, but yeah, I like the heaviness.
No, absolutely, absolutely. There's a lot of benefits to a heavier vehicle. The weight's just all on the floor of the car, so it keeps you lower to the ground, gives you a low center of gravity, and also an even weight distribution. So if you notice over here, there's a nice 3D image of everything that's going on around you. It's picking up the lines, it's reading the curb as a line, and then it's also showing that that's an SUV.
That's everything. Oh yeah, you can definitely feel the torque in this.
Yeah. When we go on the highway, we'll definitely be able to experience, you know, a nice launch. We'll be able to really test out the acceleration. I know you want to try out the acceleration, but let you know exactly when you can definitely really try it out. What do you drive? A Prius?
Yeah,
Can you feel the wind?
Yes.
I like it, but this is
No, the Priuses were good. The Prius was really ahead of its time. You guys feel good back there?
Yep.
Nice and comfortable?
We chilling.
I like the steering feel a lot.
Yeah. See, that's what I like about the Model 3. The steering wheel itself, even though it's a little bit more simple, it's a lot more sporty of a feel.
Yeah, I feel like you get used to the one pedal driving.
Oh yeah, you do. Well, especially when you notice it a lot on the turns. You know, normally you're kind of coasting or using the brake on these turns. No longer.
Like, see that I didn't even touch the brakes.
Yeah, none of this is on the brakes, guys. I am braking.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That's why.
So if I just give it a little bit here.
I would wait a little bit. Don't worry, I have a spot. Don't worry. I have a spot. Don't worry. This is my first day. Come on, man.
Is it really?
No, it's not my first day.
I was about to say.
Yeah, come on.
This is my first time driving a Tesla.
Yeah, we're gonna start. Let's stay in the left lane, but we're gonna keep going straight.
I didn't know I'd be driving a Tesla so soon.
You're doing really good with that one pedal driving, man. I'll tell you that. You do better than most. You are doing better than a lot of people I've tried.
Yeah, you just have to adapt to it, right?
It's all about easing off of it, but a lot of people, you know, they've been driving for so long that they're just so used to coasting.
Right.
No, you didn't like it?
Well, let's just say you could use the AC without.
Yeah, well, you see, that's not the Nissan, that's not the Altima's fault. Let's start. So we're gonna keep going straight. Here. Yeah. I would slowly take this turn. And then, just so we have some more room.
Yes.
All right. You ready?
Does
You
it have
guys ready?
launch control?
Yep.
Hit it.
Uh-oh. Wait, let me go from the stop. Hey!
Yo!
Already at 70. Exactly. The 0 to 60 on this 4.4. That's with a lot of people. So let's keep on straight.
This is not.
I was not ready for that.
Muhammad, you're crazy.
It was fun, and like that's with 4 people in the car, right?
This is not
That's a
even the
lot.
performance model.
Exactly. With all this weight in the car, if you were alone, it's gonna be even faster than that. And let's go one more lane over. And then yeah, so we're just in this lane. If you want to try out Autopilot, that'd be a great time to turn it on. Now relax. Yeah, perfect. Now the cars will be doing everything: the speed, the turning. You're gonna see this slight turn come up. It's gonna do this all on its own.
Guys, I'm not touching it.
There you go. Cars will do all this work right here. You're gonna notice the car's gonna take. You're gonna see. You see there's a turn coming up. Let it do it for a while, but keep your hands ready because at some point I'm gonna have you take over control. All right. But notice this right here. This is your setting speed. That's your actual speed, right? You're gonna notice the the Tesla's gonna pick up the turn and it's gonna start to slow itself down. The setting speed and also the acceleration. So
Automatically.
yeah, watch it. So 50, 45, 45, probably gonna go 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not doing
This is all the
You're not doing
I'm
this?
not doing
I
any
have
of
What
this.
the hell?
Autopilot.
Yeah, so you're back to full control.
Okay. See, that time I had to.
That's what it is. So there, the car is able. The car
I've
will
never
allow you to
seen
do it,
Autopilot.
but what it does, it's not feeling that you're holding onto the wheel. If you were holding onto the wheel, it senses that you're there, so it's still going to assist you in a way. But you do want to, at those points, take over. All right.
Yeah. So it's an assistant.
Oh,
It's not like-
exactly that. That's exactly what it is. It's an assistant. It's not a replacement. But we do need to get all the way in the left lane. So whenever you can do that, go for it. All right.
Not send it.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're safe.
Muhammad.
It's like it doesn't have to downshift or anything.
Nope.
You just.
I'm not trying to die. Muhammad, I'm not trying to die.
And we're gonna stay straight right here. Yep. And this is gonna take us right back.
This car is fast.
The one thing I don't like is the turn signal stuff. How it doesn't.
It takes some
stay.
good. If you notice, it's staying right now, right? Oh, you mean like staying put and then coming
Yeah.
back? It definitely takes some getting used to. But yeah. You feel that like in your stomach.
I've been in the Model S speed like.
Yeah. Yeah. The P85 I believe is 3.7, so it's crazy fast.
Oh no, the D.
Yeah,
like
the 3.2, yeah. And we're gonna keep going straight, stay in this lane. Yeah, man. That's the fault. That's the worst part of a test drive is the end of it.
Yeah.
I'll be hella scared to drive this car.
Yeah, so over here is just, where you're gonna put your phone.
I like having the speedometer up here. I didn't think I would.
Most people don't think they will, and I was one of them. When you first started Tesla, they had you do a test drive on your first day. They had me in the Model 3. I was just like you. I was like, I kind of want to drive this, right? I don't like how the screen's set up and everything like that. 10 minutes into the drive, fell in love with the Model 3.
Right, because you don't have the steering wheel like blocking it.
Exactly. I feel like when you have your cluster in front of you, your dashboard, you're like constantly looking at it, and there's no really reason to look at it besides monitoring your speed, or maybe if you're in a manual car, you are kind of checking the RPMs. But with this, because everything's just so simple, all you need to do is know your speed, which is a quick glance to your right, not too tough, because you are always looking at the road in front of you, but also on your 3D simulations on the screen.
if I wasn't on a test drive, I probably would have just read.
No, yeah.
Probably wouldn't even stop.
Yeah, man. I mean, you have
Especially
the
in
speed
this.
For, yeah, you have the speed for it, player.
Yeah.
So when do you think you're gonna get your own Tesla, man?
If this video gets enough views,
Yeah.
I will. Oh, look, another one.
Yep. No, no, no. Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, push that in. That's the Model 3, guys. That's
Wow.
it, right?
Wow.
Yeah, you're a believer now?
I've been a believer. My biggest takeaway from driving this car, this is an electric sports sedan. This car is beyond impressive. It's a benchmark. Okay, maybe I'm biased, maybe, but I can see why Tesla Model 3 is stealing so many BMW 3 Series and Audi A4 customers. The one-pedal driving is kinda odd at first, but it's only when you get used to it when you realize how brilliant it is. It's just so much more intuitive to speed up and slow down with just one control. And the acceleration itself is simply immense. The car even feels faster than it actually is, just because of how instantaneous the power delivery it is. Again, there's no waiting for turbo lag, or for a downshift, or for revs to go up, or anything. In an electric car, the second you touch the accelerator, you're just gone. It's really an excellent feeling when you get to experience it. But what I'm even more impressed about is the handling. The ride, it's not really magic carpet, like it doesn't have the air suspension that the Model S has, and it doesn't really float over the bumps. It's a slightly firm ride. It's not punishing in any way, and it's mostly comfortable, but it's not ultra smooth. But this gives the Model 3 a really sporty feel, as does the steering. I'm really impressed by the steering considering it's fully electric, because it has a lot of feel, a lot of feedback. It feels just right. At low speeds it's light and easy, and when you want it to be firm, it's firm. I certainly wasn't expecting that. And then you combine that with the low center of gravity, and you have a really nice handling car. I didn't expect to like having the instrument cluster built into the center display, but I actually did, because you can just simply glance over to the right to see your speed, your range, and all your other driving information. And the interior in general just reminded me of a fancy, modern hotel. I still don't like how the turn signal stock doesn't stay in place, and I think Tesla went a bit too far with putting all of the controls in the screen. Adjusting the steering wheel and mirrors through the screen with the scroll wheels on the steering wheel is just not intuitive to me, and I think they should have just put it as a standard lever or button. I otherwise have nothing bad to say about this car. It's simply amazing, very fun to drive. You do not miss having the engine sounds, at least I don't. The acceleration, the instant torque, that more than made up for the lack of engine noise. Also, the silence kind of adds an extra cool factor. Like, the car in general has a sort of unconventional, tech savvy vibe to it that I personally don't mind, and I can see why even people who are not very interested in cars really love Tesla. But thankfully, despite many preconceived notions that people have, there's something in Teslas that's for car guys too. Believe me.